Hello guys, how's everyone doing? My name is Kelvin, and for this tutorial we're just going to do something very simple and straightforward. The main purpose for this one is so that you guys learn how to use certain tools. So the first thing that we're going to do on this one is, let me just find a pretty much good model that we use. Alright, so lately I'm vibing this image. I feel like it's a dope image to be used as an example. The pose is on point. I love how she's standing, how she's facing the other side, and these are small things that you guys should focus on. Like care mostly about the pose of someone you're trying to put for your first project, because in most cases you'd find that if the image of the person you're trying to edit for, or maybe you're using it as an example, the pose is not on point, and the pose is not nice, it's too simple, you'd find that the fly will look something else, even though it was supposed to look something nice, but it won't look nice because of the model you used. They're not standing very well. So those are some of the few things you should be aware of. There are times whereby I'm done with the poster, but because I don't have proper models, like models will make sense, so I'll spend maybe an hour just looking for a perfect one, so that maybe if I send the brief or the flower to the client, just by how everything is positioned, it's get approved fast and easily. But if let me give you an example. Like if someone is standing so simple, like something like this is okay, but again, if you look at this body, it's giving an angle shape, like it's going something like this, and it's not making sense to me. It has to look dope. Like, let me show you some of my favorite different examples. I love the Ben Gogo. She has one of the finest poses out there, man. So I have like a lot of her images on my PC. There's even another one. Alright, so I'm just trying to explain something. Sorry if I'm wasting time. If you look at these poses, you can always have an idea to make something, like look at how our hair is placed, the colors and everything is just on points, man. This is nice. And then if you look at this, if you want to do something colorful, something playful, you can use this image. If you want to use something elegant, you can use this image. But this pose is not good. You can't put this pose as, maybe if it is his flower, then it's okay, and then this flower, no, or this pose, no, even this one, no. Such poses, at least this one, she's holding a purse, it's looking sexy, it has character to it. This one doesn't have character, this one doesn't have character, this one doesn't have character. This one is giving more of a girly vibe, the way she's standing, the way her facial expression is. That same applies to the Ben Gogo. That's the reason why most of her pictures are nice. And then, which even includes this one. This one is dope. The facial expression, the pose, she's giving the vibe, man. So yeah, that's how you need to point out good images. Alright, so maybe we can keep these for testing later. Alright, so let's just hide this. Let's just resize this image, somewhere like here. So I was thinking, what if we make it into a flower? So it's going to be called Sunday Sunshine, and then the S is going to be there. Let's use black so that it's visible. Alright, so we can resize the S, but we're not going to use this font, we're going to use Bradshaw. Alright, but I want the thin font. Yeah, I want this one. Now let's just center it. So let's go on canvas. So to align on using canvas, and then you go something like this, and then resize is center. Maybe this side it goes out like so, and then you have it like so. Yeah, I think this is nice. We're just going to use this, like add a layer mask. Okay, add a layer mask, and then duplicate it even from the back like so. Okay, but to avoid having so much layer, I'm just going to put it behind here, and then instead we're going to add the layer masks to this. Okay, and then make a selection of this, control on your keyboard, and then click inside the box here, and then the selection will be made like so, and then go inside the box, and then just erase this area only, something like this, and then lock the S. Just lock it so that you don't move it around by mistake. we grab the image and then we make us slightly bigger like so. All right, this is not bad, this is not bad. I was thinking adding glitter inside the is, so just going to add a little bit of glitter, not a little bit, maybe all the way. All right, glitter like so, and then clip it inside there. So just grab this, just call it S, and then this, I don't like calling them actor, I don't like calling them models, I like calling them actors. Alright, and then so you can see the illusion we're trying to create here, right? I think I do have an image, a removable background. I have it like so, resize it, make it bigger like so. Okay, arrange it well, and then the color is not our vibe. So what do we do here? We just reduce it, we just remove it because we don't need it. We have our own colors, but the own colors I wanted to use are very nice. Okay, kind of, maybe. You guys, you will be the judge. Alright, so I was thinking to go on colorize, but make sure the one here down here should be black and white, okay? Because we don't want anything to do with this green. Okay, we want to make our own colors. So we even add another UN saturation on top here. We do something like this, and then we delete the contrast all the way out, and then we go something like this. Okay, maybe like so. Okay, that's too red. A little bit of pink to it. Okay, something like this. Yeah, I think I love this the way it's looking right now. And let's now go back to the let's go back to the text here. Make a selection, okay, and then go on top of the S here, and then add a layer mask. So meaning everything you can't even click it in because they're already inside the layer mask, which is also a thing you should be doing. Okay, now that we have that, so let's try to use let's go here on LUTs and then use soft warming. Soft warming will give you this look. You see the difference, and you see the difference, soft warming and that. And if you want, you can duplicate it, but for now, okay, but even the duplicated one is okay, and then duplicate it again. Okay, that's too much, so we just go here and then say three stripes is also nice. Let's try to see for others, oh, even this one, crispy rental. And then to make the texture shine more, so you just need to add contrast and then reduce the brightness a bit, and then you're going to have something like this. It needs contrast, you know, it's nice the way it's looking, but again it needs contrast, you know, from this to this, at least so that it doesn't look like it's okay. In this way it's looking nice, but you can hardly tell where it is, you know. So we're targeting everyone, like even those people don't see well. All right, so you just need to make it more prominent so that it's there, because it will be the symbol of the flyer at all. So if we make it like this, so it way more noticeable, people can see it easily, and then yeah, it just gives that visibility, if you get the point. And so the other thing that we're supposed to do now is go here in front here, okay, in front. Let's delete this image, I didn't like it. And then even this hello. All right, so just go here on top, and then let's pick the color first. So we want this color, not this color. Let's open up a new layer. We want this color. All right, and then open up a new gradient here down, and then that's color. Okay, the Ben Gogo, the goat. Okay, something like this. And then the Ben Gogo just gave me an idea, you know, just gave me an idea to do something weird, but let's try it out. So we get the S, we drag it outside here, okay, unlock it, remove the fill, and then double click here on the other side here, and then you enter this panel. Let's just move this here, and once you enter this panel, we add a stroke, and then on this stroke we add this color, the one on our hair, something like this, and then make it slightly smaller, or slightly bigger, I mean, and then go on bevels, and just click reset here so that we have it normal, and then go on top here on the style. We want the stroke only, and then change the gloss. Okay, and then I was thinking something like this. This is dope, yeah. But I see an error here. If you look at the Ben Gogo here, you see that error. So the way we're going to fix it, just flip this and then say inside, and then you have it like so. Okay, and then you say okay, and then let's bring this girl out. Let's see if she look nice. All right, that's not bad. Okay, that's not bad, but we are going to get all these in one group. Double click here, and then one thing that you need to do is add a shadow. All right, the shadow resets here so that everything is back to normal, right? And then opacity 100%, the size 0. Okay, but the distance should go in the opposite side like so. I'm thinking this, and then from this we can use maybe the purple. The purple isn't giving me the vibe, man. We'll change the texture here, the glitter. Okay, I was thinking something like a little bit darker, like so, yeah. And then press OK, and then I feel like the glitter should just be red. Let's see. Okay, something like this. We add this. Nah, not too red. Maybe with a little bit pink. Okay, something like this. Yeah, I think this is okay. This is okay. And then for the other things, let's now we have the layouts. We can even add that at the center like so. It's up to you, but let's keep her on the side like so. Okay, and then let's group. Oh, let's hide the group, and then let's now add the info. All right, we're clicking on the S, so let's just make this into a smart object so that you won't be disturbing it mostly. And then even this one here, unlock it, and then say smart objects, which is smart object, and then let's just lock it. Let's even lock this one. We're not touching it for now. Let's add the information now. So let's say the date, we're going with 08, maybe, yeah. On the 08 we're going to say Bodoni. Is it Bodoni? Yeah. Okay, I love this font for some reason. I remember it whenever I'm working on something similar to this. Yeah, I think this one is making sense. Okay, make it bigger. Okay, something like this. This is okay, and duplicate it, and then let's say September. Okay, resize it. All right, so let's change the font for September. Okay, I was looking for something scripted, maybe something like this, and then only the S should be uppercase, so the S there, and you have something like this. Okay, the 08 it is too big, maybe something like so. And then let's change it to this font and resize it, move it here. Let's not have a lot of fonts here, so we already have like 3 fonts there. So and then we change this to maybe let's add the time 4 p.m. to let's change the September color to, I was thinking this pink, Sunday and 8 and 4 p.m. we use this color, which is here. Okay, and then you have something like this. And then for the names, her name is Miss Pearl. I think Miss Pearl. Miss Pearl. This is how you pronounce it. Okay, let me show you the spelling. And then let's change the font firstly. This one. And then move it here. You can be changing their sizes, Then you don't need to be this big. Maybe something like this. Alright, so we have the name here. Miss Pearl. Alright, we have something like this. And then for the background now, for the title I mean. So we're just going to hide this. Let's go back to the title. And then let's say something like Sunday. And I want it to be in 2 layers. Sunday silk. Maybe. I don't know. Alright, so Biko. Let's make it black, like so. And then resize it on this side, and then so. The title is not visible enough, so let's try to flip it from the other side. Alright, something like this. And one thing, I think I've just noticed it. I did press Ctrl Y and the color changed to CMYK. That's the reason why you were seeing the colors like this. So I've pressed it again. So now they're back to normal. And we'll get it like so. And at this point now, let's change the color to this. Okay, something like this. I think this is okay, but it's not yet done. Let's try to add a little bit of texture to it. So the texture we're going to use is this one, just the first one here inside this plugin. This is one of the most plugin I've used all my life. I've used this plugin for 3 years now, and I haven't changed. I haven't used a lot of plugins because I love doing my work on my own. So yeah. So at this point now, let's now start blending everything. Okay, let's now blend everything. So let's group this. Excuse me. Double click on this, and then inner glow. You say inner glow, and then change the inner glow to this pink. You get something like that. Okay, and then go on the outer glow again. On the outer glows, get the same pink, and you get something like this. All right, and you can also change this to screen and increase the size, and then you can get something glowing like that's glow is needed. Okay, so without the glow, with the glow, and let's change this to normal. Right, I don't want the glow to be more white. We just do a little bit of color corrections before we add the logo and some leftover elements. I do have this. This is like my action where of my color corrections, So we get something like this. Even though it's messed up, the filters are supposed to be inside here. So we're just going to have this, reduce the opacity a bit, like 30, it's there, but it's not too prominent. And then this is making everything too light. Okay, so just take this and then drag it all the way to the top here, and then clip it only to be applied to the S and the person here, and then you have something like this. The one thing that we need to do now is add the logo of the club. So you just say go on top here and then just say club. And okay, let's call it something nice, or just say W. and then you have it like so, and then just resize it something like this, and then let's change the color to this color, and then let's add a circle maybe, and then let's remove the fill inside here, and then let's add the stroke instead, and then make it maybe a little bit thicker like so, and then align these two like so. You need to select them for you to align them, okay? And then you go something like this, and then we convert them into smart objects, and then move it on top here, and then you have something like this. But you can't end here, you can add as well as many elements as possible. It's up to you. Like for me, I'm thinking of adding this, okay, and then add, so it's black and gray and white, I mean. So just add a gradient map, group it, remove the layer mask, and then reverse this, and then go here and say multiply, and then you have it like that. So we are multiplying the white area, and then we remain with the dark area. I don't know if that's what it means. Okay, and then you have something like this, and then even on the other, okay, I forgot to mention this, you're supposed to duplicate it together with the and then group these two, and then center them like so, move them down if you want to, and then you have something like this. And then yeah, we can take these again and then duplicate it somewhere like here, so that it's also add something, you know, and then you get to have something like this, okay, and then you can duplicate it as well again, and then add it anywhere you want. It's up to you. Alright, so I was thinking even here on the dates, we'll just make this smaller. This one should be smaller, okay, something like this, and even here. Okay, that's too much again. So you have something like this. So this is how you can do it, guys. And then for the information, the rest of the information, you can just add them down here, and then just say whatever the hell that is, resize it like so, and then center, increase the spaces, maybe something like this. And if you feel like you have too much information, you can also duplicate this. And then if the information is just too much, okay, if the information is just too much, you can always just duplicate this, and then you can also put here, okay, you can also put here, maybe change the color or make it to black, and then add the stroke or anything like that. If you feel like nope, just go even here on top, you can add something, or maybe here, and maybe this one has to reach all the way like so, and then it's still going to look nice. Okay, it's still going to look nice like this. And if you feel like the information is just too much, now that's where now you go even here, you can use this space and then do something like this, plus with this information present here, and then you duplicate it down, and then you got something like this. You can always do this, and then move the name on top a bit, and then you can have something like this. Okay, so if you have any questions, you think of other solutions, you can any questions, guys, you can ask. And this is just a simple way of how I mostly make my flyers. This is like, yeah, so if you use this double Google this image, make it bigger. Awesome. You see how the texture I was using, how it came out, so that's how the texture should come out. Alright, if you feel like the image is too big, just make it bigger and move the the person to the other side, like so, you know, then something like this. Okay. And if you feel like the person is just too big, you can always do something like, as long as they're not passing down here but just on top here, and then make sure they just stay within this, make sure the crop is not visible, like so. It looks unprofessional. Rather it's stuck here and then it's not all the way down but it's big somewhere here, and I think in that way it's acceptable. Okay, and that's how I mostly do most of my flowers. If you have any questions, please ask. Peace out.